did after Haiti got its independence, what is one of the horrific things that they did right afterwards that kind of makes it kind of contradictory? Was it was it fighting for to free themselves from colonial rule, or did that's one thing, but then on the other hand, y'all stop the fuck. My bad. Um, fight. The colonial, like fighting off of the colonial powers is one thing, but didn't they reinforce? Didn't they reinforce and force people back into the fields afterwards when they got power?
No, I gotta look it
I
up.
know it.
I think it depends on who was in power though. You know what I'm saying, what's going on.
Let me see. I'm about to go in depth with it because I know one thing for a fact that the Haitian Revolution sent, as you can say, sent shockwaves through the early world when it came to this slavery shit.
Come on,
Yeah, because I
DQ.
know, I know one thing. I know they even invited African Americans to Haiti. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
It's a welcome mat. Like even like 'cause they ruled the whole island, even the Dominican side. And even
Yeah,
today, you have a group of African American descendants. They call it Samana Americanos. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? And
yep.
they even still speak a African American based Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Creole
Mm,
language
mm.
with an African American vernacular base to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a different creolized language and culture.
Yeah, because that, let me see, the Haitian Revolution, that was 1791 to 1804, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I believe that. Yeah, yeah. I always try to remember through how many years it lasted. But yeah, that was the pop off because rebellion started happening in Jamaica, Barbados, Cuba, Brazil, all that, bro. It started getting real serious. That's actually listed as number two as the reason why they um they stopped with the slavery. Number one was
Sir.
economic shift. Number
Yes, sir.
two was obedience and rebellion. Number three was what you always touch on, Chef, morals and humanitarian pressures. And
Uh,
number four was political competition.
there it
Okay.
go. There it go. Thank you, DQ. Thank you, my brother.
Yep, yep, yep.
Wait, say that again, DQ. That list that you just said.
Yeah, I break it down again. Um, it was saying that the number one reasons why slavery was pushed to be ended was economic shift, where shit went towards industrialization. Number two, it showed resistance and rebellion, and speaking about how it was costly with all the slave rebellions going on around the world. Number three, it listed morale and humanitarian pressures. And number four was political competitions. They're saying those four, in summary, was the main reasons why European powers wanted to abolish slavery.
I think that list applies to the United States as well. Some of that.
To it, shit, I feel like that list apply all the way over. Just period. If you had slavery and there was a big shift, I feel like this would apply. Period, and it especially applies with America.
Right. With the industrialization piece, right? With the South versus the North, right? With
Mhm.
the North being more industrialized and the South. Yeah.
Bring
That's,
back. They didn't
that's
bring back slavery, but they enforced certain labor systems and shit just to keep the economy going and shit like that. Like
It went to the
the
church.
first two
Went to
decades, but it wasn't slavery though. It was just like like some type of peasantry type shit.
Yep, yep, yep. Where you at,
But that's
Chef?
any,
Got you on the road.
but that's any fucking government. That's any fucking government. Even any damn kingdom in Africa, they have a peasantry system and shit like that. Niggas got to work to keep that motherfucking shit rolling. Shit, motherfucker got to produce something.
I always tell everybody can't be a king. I always say that, nigga. Somebody got to be, keep the shit going. Somebody delivering the milk. Somebody is selling a car. Somebody, like, everybody just ain't sitting at the house and it's just working or working for you, nigga. People's out here really working. And so yeah, I feel like that's just the system
Mhm.
that works. But there may be a different utopian system that I just have never experienced. But I know being in this westernized diaspora, I mean, that's what I experience, what I know. You got to work. Some people who don't work, they have workers working for them. So that's just how I look at it.
So y'all excusing
Right,
it.
right.
Where this nigga come from? What?
Excusing what?
So
This
so
nigga,
so y'all excusing what the Haitians did.
I'm not even
I'm
answering
just
that.
saying it wasn't slavery.
You would have to ask the people there.
No, I'm looking up. It ain't. It wasn't slavery.
Huh.
Let's go, Gullah. The chef trying to say that they got relief from slavery and then started doing slavery. Is that what you're trying to say?
Forced labor. What do you call that? They couldn't leave. You dig what I'm saying? And they were forced to do the labor. Like, okay, that's not slavery to y'all. So, what do I mean?
I mean, shit, shark cropping ain't slavery. But shit is
That's
a
what I was
forced
about to
labor.
say. It seemed like it switched to a form of sharecropping the same way that happened in America.
It's a certain type of peasantry. Shit, that shit go
Oh,
back to
okay.
any that shit go back to any fucking kingdom in the fucking world. There wasn't no damn democracy yet. Go back to any fucking kingdom in the damn.
It was a republic.
I know, but it depends on who took over though. Like if Saint Louverture kept the shit going, it probably would have been more like a republic and shit. But with them other niggas, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying,
well
they a little
now
more
we having
radical.
some type of contradiction going here. You dig what I'm
Mother
saying?
niggas,
So
the mother niggas a little radical though. Niggas after him though.
It was Napoleon. Okay, it was Napoleon's army that Haiti defeated, correct?
uh-huh.
Okay, now what type of structure did Napoleon have in Haiti?
He
No, it was
reinstituted slavery.
they ended up beating his army, but the first rebellion wasn't his army because they didn't you know what I'm
They
saying,
probably
what was
wouldn't know
that?
yet. They didn't.
Yeah,
They didn't
yeah,
stamp.
yeah, because
He
the
wasn't
French Revolution didn't start
he
yet.
wasn't the emperor. He was ousted. When he came back
Yeah,
into power, he
he
reinstituted
tried to
slavery.
reinstate it. He tried to
Mhm.
reinstate it and shit, and that's when they fought. Fought his army.
Mm-hmm. All right, bet.
So, Chef, you're saying that so the French colonized Haiti, and then within that colonization, they were using slavery to subjugate the people of Haiti, right?
Yes.
Is that a correct statement? Okay.
Yes.
Because that's what I was going to ask. All right. Okay. Well, was the colonization of the French, did they also couple that with slavery? And it seems like, yes, that's the answer. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so when they in 1804, when they got their independence, right? They ordered the slaves back onto the plantations and forced them to work. Like it wasn't so.
Oh, it's good nuance. So just because that was the end of colonialization, that wouldn't necessarily mark the end of the practice of slavery in Haiti. So that's the distinction you're kind of making, right?
Yeah, I'm like, why are we using colorful words to, slavery is, if you're in your constitution, right? If you say slavery is illegal, that's in their constitution. But what they did, if we can still look at that, and if it's no, then that's slavery. Just because it's illegal in your constitution, if you enforce the same damn oppressive system on the people, just because constitutionally it's outlawed, but you still do. What do you call it? Y'all said y'all call it what now and again? What was the word y'all used that I gotta use now? It was a word that y'all called it.
Denture servitude.
Oh,
No, I don't know. I'm
Sharecropping.
That's
So
hey,
what-
Cole, that's the word when
You said forced
black people-
peasantry.
that's the
Gullah
word-
called it forced peasantry.
Hey,
Okay, I didn't hear
Corey,
that.
that's the word that white people use when they say we were enslaved too.
Oh yeah.
The good old indentured servitude.
So it was indentured servitude.
That's the
Yeah.
good old Bible.
Okay.
Yes, it's a the composition of slavery. Slavery is no wages, all labor belongs to the owner. They say the Haitian regime, workers receive a share of crop or wages, though often meager and tightly controlled.
Oh, so they were sharecropping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
they-
sure. I said that it was a. That's why I feel like the Americans got they staff up because this shit happened before it was set like in America type shit. So I feel like that's how that style came over here. They realized this is probably the best system in order like to keep our feet on them. It's like stay up on them. We just want to hear. We can stay up on them.
But what about the forced part?
Hold on. It's a legal status. It's slavery under the French. Enslaved people were legally property, and they could be bought, sold, inherited, and punished at will. They had no legal personhood. And it's a Haitian system. After 1804, all Haitians were legally free citizens. No one could be owned, sold, or treated as property. And it's a freedom of movement and family. It's a slavery. People couldn't leave the plantation, marry legally, or keep their families together without owner permission. And it's a Haitian labor codes. It's a workers were assigned to plantations or to state projects. Leaving without permission could bring arrest, but they still had legal marriages with families and at least in theory citizenship rights. And they say punishment, slavery punishment could be lethal, including torture and execution with no recourse. It's a Haitian system. The army and local officials enforced discipline punishments or were harsh but framed as violations of labor law, not as master property right.
All right, this shows some distinct
Like
differences.
like some peasantry shit.
Yeah, so it wasn't the chattel form of slavery, right? Which was the most severe, right?
Right.
And that's what we're talking about.
And that's a big
Yeah.
distinction, right? That's
Big distinction.
you can't call that the same thing.
Oh shit,
bro.
it's Serious B. What
Hey,
up, Serious B?
Hey, Brendan, what up, nigga?
What's happening, bro?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, do me a favor. I think Gullah in here too. I need Chef to not make it out of this conversation alive, if y'all don't mind. That's all I'm gonna say. Just
Play
kill him.
your game. Play your game.
No, yeah, I am. I'm going back to the game, but I'm recording this. I'm recording your death. I'm just letting you know.
They don't want to call slavery. I'll call it whatever they want to call
I
it.
mean, I guess the Chinese working on the railroads was slavery too. Then shit.
It's a form of slavery.
I feel like barbers is a form of slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of deep.
They were prisoners of war, the Chinese, wasn't they?
Hell no. Prisoners of war.
Well, wasn't it they had them people when they came over here, wasn't it like a Cold War type thing? And they was like, yo, we don't trust these motherfuckers. So
No, that was the Japanese. That was the Japanese internment camps.
That was World War
Yeah,
II.
I still won't call it slavery. They're like it's just basically
Well, they
peasantry.
talking about the railroads. The Chinese didn't do the railroads. It wasn't the Japanese motherfuckers.
No, the
No,
Japanese was in internment
Chinese.
camps. The Chinese did the railroad.
Because that's where all the opium,
That's
the
my
opium
racism.
trade.
That's my racism. They all the same. But I apologize. I'm a little racist.
And how the Chinese get credit for railroads like black people ain't lay half that shit? That's like
Yeah, they did it too. Black people did it.
Well, I
too.
mean,
Shit,
they don't
they
get
were-
all
we
the
don't
time.
get credit for it. They Chinese.
Shit, one of the greatest American
John
tales
Henry.
is about a nigga. Yeah,
John
shit,
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Henry. John Henry. The fuck? So all right, back to this.
Yeah, we
Back
whooping
to
this nigga.
this.
We whooping this nigga.
Y'all struggling. You
No,
know what I
we
mean?
not,
Y'all
bro.
got y'all
You
got y'all
struggling. You
got me on
struggling
80.
on. You
Y'all
trying to
got me
split
on one
hairs.
country.
You trying to split hairs on slavery. That's how we know we got you, bro. You too intellectual and too well diverse on different topics for you to try to stick on it's not slavery. That's how we know we got you, bro.
No,
You got too many strong points, Chef.
listen, slavery is different forms of slavery.
Here we
Every
go.
form of slavery don't have to be what happened to niggas in Georgia.
Understood.
Don't
But
call
what
nothing
we are talking
slavery.
about,
Shit.
what we're talking about in context, though,
Right.
Gotta,
Said
chat,
that.
gotta be
let's
chattel
break this.
slave.
Yeah, let's break this down. Was Napoleon practicing chattel slavery?
Yes.
From what Gullah just broke down, were the Haitians practicing chattel slavery?
No.
And I'm cool. And I'm good. Continue.
But chat. So y'all say
That's the
chattel
main thing.
slavery.
We talk
Like
about
that
chattel
is like
slavery.
a trump card. Like
It is.
slavery is
I'm
not
talking about
slavery. Slavery
Chef.
is slavery.
But Chef, slavery, listen,
And
war
then
is
too,
war. A bullet is a bullet, but an atomic bomb is something different. They both are
and then too, they only like that condition, like that sharecropping condition of the country, the development of the country only lasted 2 decades. So like after 1820, shit ended. You know what I'm saying? Went to some other shit.
This nigga said slavery is slavery. I know that, but we're talking about specifically the severe realism of chattel slavery and what we deal with and within our descendants deal with. So I'm not talking about a different type of slavery that might have happened in Cambodia or something. I know it's a different type thing for a different type system, but we're speaking specifically about this. And what the Haitians transitioned to was, you can say, a lighter form of slavery. I'm gonna say they transformed to sharecropping, which the same thing we say for America. You can't.
Okay, I agree. I agree. So look. So
And
look.
then,
So Haiti.
they end up
So
refusing.
how does that change the conversation? I'm off arguing about Haiti, but how does that change the conversation?
But that little shit only lasted 20 years. Like after that, like families, they became like
Yeah, they got
small.
their shit together after 20 years. They said this shit wrong. You feel me?
Yeah,
But I'm with you.
and
But they
motherfuckers-
got their act together fast.
Yeah,
Um,
so people fought back. Like the rural people, like families and shit, fought back and shit. They're like, fuck this shit. We ain't gonna give y'all shit.
I'm with you. So look, so since Haiti got its independence, right, and abolished slavery on the island of Haiti, right? How does that change the nature of the conversation?
I can explain.
Go
The
ahead.
Goes back to
conversation,
the question they asked you.
was talking about why Europeans decided to abolish slavery because of the financial crutches that these rebellions was causing around the world. And Haiti was the one that reverberated stronger than any other rebellion to spark a flame that ended up putting that shit out. That's why we brought it up in the conversation.
Okay.
You're not,
So let me ask you this.
Hold up. Let me say this. I keep my can of paint.
All right, keep your can of paint. So now, so then if that's the case, right, then why did France abolish slavery before the Haitian Revolution?
That can be easy to be started. That I feel like that has nothing to do with it because they abolished it but then brought it back. So you want to talk about a temporary?
Look. So the impetus, right, for abolishing slavery came before the Haitian Revolution. Because they did it. They hold on, let me get this out. If they did it right before the Haitian Revolution, that means that the notion to abolish slavery existed with the French people before the Haitian Revolution.
Hey, I'm not gonna cut you off. I will agree with that, but you know why, Chef? It didn't have nothing to do with the rebellion. You see, I listed 4 reasons. One of the main reasons why that happened was, like I said, a shift in economic changes and also for political competition reasons. It says,
Where did we
like, I keep trying to say, bro, there's multiple reasons why. The resistance rebellion was just number 2. You steady forgetting about 4 and 1.
Where
Let me
did
say
we
something.
get that statement?
I
Where did we
can
get that?
this nigga DQ cooking.
Hold on. Where
Hey,
did we get that?
when I got time, I got time today, cuz.
Where did we get the
Fuck this nigga DQ.
slavery before the revolution? Is that
No,
that
it's after the revolution. It's after the revolution,
yeah,
not before the
they
revolution.
didn't abolish slavery before the revolution.
It was after the revolution.
Uh-oh.
Haiti is an influence like other black countries like Grand Colombia with Simon Bolivar. Like he had support from Haiti and shit for their independence against Spain.
No, but let's just respond to when the revolution, because the first occupation in France happened in 1794. That was 2 years after the revolution.
Yeah, that's
So,
after we started having those rebellions. That's when they did that. That was by force.
Yeah, France didn't abolish slavery before the French Revolution. It was after.
Thank you, Stu Peas.
Yeah. It was,
Come on, Chef. It's looking Canelo Terrence right now. It's looking very Canelo Terrence.
and it was a direct response to the revolution also, why they abolished slavery.
Your DQ is looking real buddish. It's looking buddish.
I think we probably listen seriously. I'm usually in Chef's corner. I want him to lose this argument so bad. I want him to lose so bad.
The funny thing is, Chef done lost this argument like days ago. It's just the brother is just he's strong willed. He's just digging in, he's reminding me of that.
I know
I
what Chef
think he
is
might
doing,
be
though.
right with Johnson.
Yeah.
I know Chef overall plan. Chef is really
He's
testing us.
extracting that black gospel from you by
He making
force.
sure we on our shit, because
Yeah.
if Chef can get us on bullshit, then an outsider can get us. So he just trying to make sure we on our shit.
We sharp, yep.
Praise
We
God.
sharp. Hold on.
Now here we go. Nigga was Googling. Got the Google.
Yeah, because here's the crazy thing.
Y'all fighting me with Google. Y'all fighting me with Google, so I'm gonna have to use my Google.
Use your tools, brother. Use
Oh,
your tools.
hey,
But
I know. I was on my
20 seconds, I heard Chef say there's different types of slavery, and then say slavery is slavery. Like it wasn't even a good 20 seconds. And the brother
Hold on,
was
but that's key right there, though. That's key.
DQ hit him on the left, he turned to the left. DQ hit him on the right, he turned to the right. Yeah, Orlando is working, man. Orlando's working you, Chef. I'm sorry. Like you're taking some gut blows.
key right there. All right, so I was wrong about the French abolishing slavery before
The Haitian revolt. If the shit happened, that don't even make sense.
yeah. So hold on. So no, they didn't have it was because of the revolts that they abolished slavery the first time. So that's the key point.
Welcome home, Steph. Welcome home.
Shake my
Welcome
hand,
home,
Chef.
Steph.
Shake my hand. Champion.
Yeah.
Shake my hand. Shake my hand.
But that's still a minor issue
No, it's not.
to the overall conversation.
No, it's
Who are
no.
these niggas?
Listen, it's
Hold on.
Hey, Chef. No, let me say this.
Who are these
Go ahead.
niggas?
Percent of the conversation. There's another 75 that we spoke about, but you want to harp on this 25%.
What 25%?
I just explained. I'm gonna do it one more again for you, my brother. The 4 main reasons why Europe abolished slavery was economic shifts, number 1. Number 2, resistance and rebellion.
What's number 4?
Hold up, let me get to it. Number 3, morale and humanitarian pressures. Number 4, political competition. So rebellion was just 25%.
What's number 3? What's number 3?
That number 3 is your piece that you love: morale and humanitarian pressure.
Okay.
Don't you listen to these funky ass niggas tell you shit.
25%. Who's saying that? Who's saying?
So don't none of that help you though.
How that don't help me? So going around the world, again,
Mm-hmm.
while the world looks at slavery as a deplorable institution, is because of what civilization? Western civilization.
Because I know it ain't.
That was my point.
Because I know it ain't.
Who went around the world telling people slavery was wrong?
Because I know it ain't.
Who did it?
Push it.
The niggas who was doing
And then who enforced it?
Oh gosh. Oh,
we back on
gosh.
this.
We're going back to this.
But that's the overall point. Hold on. So if you the master of the spray paint, then we should have never got off of that point.
Hey, Chef, this is my first time. This is my first time actually indulging, and I knocked you the fuck out. Like I've been listening to y'all.
Nigga, that's just
Talk that
listen,
shit, DQ.
How could Haiti knock me the fuck out?
Because you over here saying it didn't matter, and I just proved that it did, bro.
No, I was saying that Haiti, you know what I mean? If it kills my overall point, then did the Haitians go around the world telling people that slavery was wrong?
They didn't have to.
Listen. What I said, Western civilization was responsible for that.
What the Haitians did was replicated around the fucking world, so they didn't have to travel. They whooped the ass to where the world was like something going on.
Hey, can I
So you think people in Africa cared about what the fuck happened in Haiti?
Oh, now we're gonna beat down Africa. We're gonna jump and beat down on Africa.
I got you. You ran back to Africa. I got you, nigga. I got you. Oh shit, I got you.
Hey, Sheffrin. Hey, Sheffrin, I know that. Hey, Sheffrin, I know that goalpost heavy than a mother.
Boy.
No, y'all listen.
That nigga moving
y'all ain't
all
even
over the
making
place,
sense.
80 tuck.
So if I go back to Africa, I'm moving the goalpost.
Yeah,
I'm talking about slavery. Listen, if I'm talking about slavery, if I'm talking about slavery around the world and Western influence on slavery, and I go back to Africa, I'm moving the goalpost.
Especially in this conversation, you can repeat it 3 fucking times. It's gonna be the same answer.
Crazy
Yes, you are.
as hell.
Yes, you are.
That's crazy as hell. So we can't even talk about Africa when it comes to slavery now?
No, when it comes to the Haitian Revolution, dealing with
the Haitian Revolution is only one part of it.
But that's what we're talking about.
That's a small part of it. The world,
see, I see the issue, Chef. I see the issue, Chef. You are trying to reduce the impact of what the Haitian Revolution did, bro. You trying to say it's just one small thing. You don't understand that this set a ripple effect to change the world, bro, from a small island. You're the one that's trying to minimize.
I am going to minimize it because y'all trying to use that.
now, y'all? Can I put a point in real quick?
Go ahead.
Hold on real quick.
Let me say, me and Chef is the focal point of the conversation.
It did affect the world, like certain other parts of the world. Probably not the whole world, but it affected a lot of part of the world. Like for like
I can drop the source.
Like the independent, like I was talking about earlier, the independence of Colombia. It's a direct support for Latin American independence. It's in 1815, 1816, Simon Bolivar, took refuge in Haiti, where President Alexandre Pétion gave him ships, weapons, and volunteers in the condition that Bolivar freed enslaved people in the territories he liberated. And they said this linked directly to help push abolition measures into the new republics of Northern South America.
And you know what's crazy though?
So Haiti freed the world.
Even when France basically abolished slavery in Haiti, they got whooped and they left. They still participated in slavery in other parts of the world, right? So so it's not like, okay, they had some type of moral turnaround after they got whooped there. They still did it, right? So and even after they officially abolished it, they still participated in forced labor, like you were talking about, Chef, like the whole idea of indentured servitude and forced labor. So they even did that after they officially decreed slavery being abolished. So whichever way you look at it, France, their hands are dirty regardless.
Everybody's hands dirty. It was a dirty institution. You feel me? It's nobody hands is free of that shit. But it's complicated.
The whole world had damn dirty institutions. We think kings and queens and nothing but old school fucking dictators.
That's my point.
But and I think the point is just like, okay, well, when we talk about this whole concept of going around the world spreading this liberty and freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this goes back to at the same time, these people that had this moral clarity, they were still participating in somewhat egregious forms of activity as well at the same time. Right. So okay, well you say that, okay, well, slavery is bad, let's get rid of it, but forced labor is okay. You know, so I don't necessarily
and then Jesus Christ too.
Imperialism. The change from colonization to imperialism.
Right.
Thank you.
So it was stages to it, right?
Yes.
It was stages to it. I said last week that a lot of the shit that we talk about, they were hypocrites also. There was a level of hypocrisy in it. You know what I mean? Like, but we said all of this.
We talking about the European nations being hypocritical, correct?
Yes. There was levels of hypocrisy in it, right? But I said that last week.
No, that's the whole thing is a hypocrisy. I broke it down when we first spoke about it. I said it simply. It's going to take the largest institution to stop the largest institution. It's like the only way for niggas to stop getting iPhones is Apple say we're not going to sell iPhones anymore. It's like the industry that's doing it was the only industry that could stop it, basically. So that's how I feel with this European shit. They were the largest, like we said, they was the largest oppressors across the world. But then we want to argue also they was the largest liberators. That can be true just because it's the largest system. I don't argue that shit.
Okay.
It's just, I feel like it's the system correcting it. I'm not one of the ones who say hell no. I look at both sides. I understand the truth on both sides.
Hell no.
Hey, hold on. Hey, DQ. Hey, DQ, watch this. Hey, DQ, watch this. Watch this. It say Haiti influence on abolitionists. It say paradoxically, Haiti also inspired British abolitionists. Figures like Wilberforce and members of Clamham sect highlighted Haiti as proof that enslaved people were capable of freedom and self-government. It strengthened the moral and political case for ending the slave trade, which Britain did in 1807.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on now.
Listen, I dropped a video earlier. Some clip notes for people who don't understand.
Break down what you were saying. You know, I was explaining. You know me. I try to make both sides happy.
I'm
but
not
explain
listening to Stupid.
Nah, I want Stupid to break it down. I fuck with Stupid.
No. These white people, out of the goodness of their heart, did not go over the globe, sprinkling freedom, democracy, and liberation to people.
Not listening to Stupid.
That's not true. Because if we look at it and look at the time.
Oh my God.
Although we had Wilberforce at the time in Parliament in Britain, every year bringing up laws to abolish slavery. Over
What's not true? Which one?
Wilberforce? You don't know
What?
who Wilberforce is?
Bro,
Wilberforce.
that's what, when you coming here, stupid. You might
I'm
be a little
coming.
late.
I'm coming in to say these white people never spread freedom out to the gracious of the heart. It wasn't. It
That's
wasn't
what
hard.
me and DQ fighting. We brought up the Haitian Revolution. We talk about the inspiration that the Haitian Revolution gave
To the
to
H.
the people, the abolitionists, and
I
all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. Huh?
The Haitian Revolution. What year it happened? 1791. Right?
Exactly.
France abolished slavery 1794. It was a direct result of them getting them ass whooped.
Facts.
No. The Haitian Revolution kicked off in 1791, bro. Ain't no 18. That's after. You talking about after the war?
1791, the Haitian Revolution occurred. France
Yeah, that's what.
abolished
Yeah,
1794. Am I wrong?
exactly. 4 years after. 4 years after.
3 years
That's what it say. That's what it say.
and that's what I'm saying. And it was a direct result of what happened to them in Haiti.
And take a look at this, Stoopies. And then it says Napoleon reestablished slavery in 1802.
Mhm.
But let's look. When
So-
Napoleon came to power,
Napoleon Bonaparte restored slavery and the slave trade in most of the French colonies, but not Haiti, right, which had already fought for its independence. He said slavery was reimposed in colonies such as Guadeloupe and Martinique, where it had never been abolished because of the British occupation and reunion. It says the legal transatlantic slave trade resumed under the French flag. So,
Yeah, but you know-
so right after that, they reestablished it in 1802.
you know why he did it? He did it in order to finance his plan to war with the rest of Europe. He needed the money. That's why he did it. Right? Because
Yeah,
very
but look.
so, let me finish now.
Yeah.
Very soon after Napoleon went to war and he got his ass kicked. After all this campaign, he got his ass kicked. So that plan of slavery left the room after Napoleon got his ass kicked. Because France was in no power after that to be a colonizer. They lost too much money. The economy was bad. And plus, they were fighting uprising because Napoleon came back again after the first time in power.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
really
But what I was saying was that with the Haitian Revolution struck fear and influence around the world. You know what I'm saying? Even the British Caribbean colonies, you know what I'm saying, they tighten their laws, they shit strict because of the fear. That was the fear. And then the influence, or here even on JG say in short, it say British reacted with both fear and inspiration. It say planners tighten control over slaves. Hold on, let me finish, bro. But the abolitionists used Haiti as a powerful example that slavery was morally wrong and politically unstable.
All right, let me finish now, please. So soon after the Haitian Revolution, what happened is that in Jamaica you had another uprising. And the uprising involved 60,000 slaves. A couple of them were killed, probably 10, 15, 20, or 100. But that uprising also frightened the British Empire to say what happened in Haiti could have happened in Jamaica. Because now slavery wasn't anymore economical because you had to have God. They had to send the Royal Navy to Jamaica to quell the Sam Sharp Rebellion or the Bishop Rebellion or whatever you want to call it. So those two incidents, Haiti and Jamaica, now frightened the British Empire to say, listen, we cannot contain rebellion in all our colonies if it should happen. Because the news of rebellion was now spreading through all the colonies. So very soon after they said, let us get rid of slavery because it's not economical. And from our progress in industrialization, because at the time, England was becoming very industrialized. Liverpool was where the mills were and all of that. They realized that it was even cheaper. Paid labor was cheaper than slave labor. Because no, you didn't have to feed them. You didn't have to house them. You didn't have to look after them healthcare. And
Exactly.
you didn't have to take
Right.
care of the weakest ones. So
And
it's
look,
cheaper.
and,
So let me finish speaking now, please.
man, you be taking all day. You be long winded.
When you're reading something, you're just a eureka. I read it off for something. So when they realize it was
What?
cheaper, people, you just read something and say eureka. When they found out it was cheaper to pay people, it's like no, Walmart and McDonald's. The cheap labor always cheap, poor labor cheap. So they got rid of slavery. It wasn't a moral thing, it was business. So anybody going around and say, oh, these people are moral. No, it wasn't. Go ahead,
Right.
no.
And even
Yeah, we
still
said,
in the system that you're talking about, they still had a component of forced labor in that.
oh yeah, yep.
Now, most definitely. Like I say, I feel like the work is just a natural part of it, but the way the mechanism that you in how can I say introduce the work is what can be the double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has to work, but forced work, of course, is different. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah, I
Man, I
even
feel good
asked
about
I asked ChatGPT the effects of the Haitian Revolution on the abolitionist movement. And it say abolitionists use Haiti as concrete evidence against arguments that black people were incapable of freedom and self-rule. So they use it as an argument. You know, it's like when they made your case, like, you know what I'm saying, of evidence.
man. All right,
yeah, I
chef.
just know I want
Now we get to the second aspect. How does what happened in England affect
Hey, Stu Peace, let Tuck say let Tuck get it in real quick. Tuck was about to say something.
what girl talk?
Hey, I just feel good when Brendan come out the weeds, and I'm on the right side of history when Brendan come out the weeds and do what he do. It make me feel good, Brendan.
All together,
I
Tuck.
was
Come on.
man, you I've been in here fighting 4-on-1, 4v1. DQ kind of came out today, but I be knowing how DQ feel too. You know, he on our side too. He just don't be want to argue with these niggas. But I argue with
I had to
these
fight
niggas.
all my life.
Had to fight I gotta fight every night to prove my love.
You damn right. You damn right.
Because
Yeah, I hope you.
But Brendan, y'all know what the craziest part is? Chef don't think he didn't ceded no ground or nothing. This was gonna be the craziest thing. He's somewhere.
That's why he dead.
Haiti killed it, bro. Haiti killed it, yo. Stop by saying, hey, stop by saying, hey, stop by saying, yo.
Fuck Haiti.
Oh Lord, this
Yo,
nigga.
stop out. This nigga said fuck Haiti.
Start spreading liberation. We talking about France.
This nigga said fuck Haiti and left.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh shit, he left too.
Stop by saying, yo.
Let me finish my point, please.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Serious B done put hands on Chef. Serious B and DQ done put hands on. They finally got him.
DQ read that 2 days ago. I remember when DQ read that 2 days ago. And Chef was not. Chef just
He just
changed
wasn't listening. Oh, okay.
This is what he said, DQ. DQ. This is what he said. He said kidnapping. He started hollering at him about kidnapping. I'm like, no. You heard what DQ just said. You heard that. You heard what's going on. Haitians sprinkle freedom across the world. Now do that.
Back.
Yeah, but there's another thing. Because when I bring up and talk about England and what was happening in England, people like to differentiate it. But that wasn't how it affected America. This is how it affected America. When England couldn't have slaves anymore, they didn't want anybody else to have slaves. So guess what they did? They had the most powerful navy at the time. They had the most powerful navy. So they sent out the navy and they said, listen, we are going to we are going to dismantle anybody who tried the slave trade. So during that time, they intercepted over 1,600 slave ships. That's
Oh yeah,
recorded.
yeah, yeah.
So because
That's
they
when
couldn't have,
it became it became a black market thing after that.
Let him
yeah,
finish. Let him finish, Gullah.
yeah, because England couldn't have slaves, nobody could have slaves, and that include the Americans. That's why the Americans now relied heavily on. That's why the Americans relied heavily on locally started having slave farms. The slave farms was a direct result of one, they stopped importing slaves, and two, the English was killing the black market. So it directly affected America. Plus, on a business level, the English now, who was business partners with the Americans, were saying that, listen, I don't want to trade with you because it's a slave country. Just like today, when people trading, they put in stipulations that help to drive certain things. So the North was more business minded because what happened is that most of the cotton came from the South, went to the North, and then was exported to England. Most of America was exported to England, where it was manufactured at the cotton mills in England. And the English were saying, no, you need to stop the shit. So that was part of the problem that the North and the South faced. That those in the North were saying end to slavery because it was affecting business. But he doesn't want to agree with that either. But go and read it up and you'll see.
Can I get the brief version of what I missed today in the chat? Anybody?
Handle your business. Your phone breaking up a little bit. Your phone breaking up a little bit, Cuban, but handle your business.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can I get in a brief version of what happened in the live chat today? The discussion.
Damn, you going in and out again, bro.
What was the topic in the live chat today?
What was the topic in the live chat? Shit. It basically stemmed all the way from this morning with Mujasi's fire pit. We was talking about social Darwinism, and then it flooded back over. I think it flooded back over into Europeans, who gets the credit for ending slavery. Back to a conversation we've been having for a couple of days.
And let me guess. The video I saw with Chief X says that Europeans are credited for any slave, like they want to get credit.
Probably so. Chef been arguing that point, but I haven't even heard Chief X voice in a couple weeks, so I didn't even know he was part of the conversation.
Now, Chef, I know damn well you better have said this first, because I know you ain't got me boiling over no Chief X topic. I know damn well he better have started this.
Hey, Tuck, I told you, Chef said fuck Haiti and left.
Oh man, yeah, he in that market again. He can't talk this crazy shit in his market next to the suburbs. Why would his ass out of there?
Why would he
This
say that?
nigga just put in the chat, none of you niggas never been to funky ass Haiti. It's the shithole. They should give it back to the French, them dumbass niggas. Oh my God. Chef has lost his
Hey, you got him. You got him.
Chef has lost his mind. DQ got him.
Them niggas gave the symbol of freedom. Them niggas killed the symbol of freedom on the world.
Like that,
nigga.
Yeah,
if he leaving comments like that in the chat, I know y'all killed that nigga.
Hey, Brad, Gullah, DQ, and Sirius B. They got that nigga out of here, Polly.
And I ain't trying to be funny, but hey, go ahead and get the rest of Carnivorous podcast. Corey, come off mute, nigga. You was talking that shit too.
Oh shit.
Corey, murdered.
Hey,
what's up, Brendan?
At one point, whatever Haiti it's theirs.
Right.
I love it. Hey, serious B, I love it. I love it.
Oh, it's so boy. I know.
Brad,
Huh?
should have been in here, man.
No, it's recorded. I'm gonna watch it later. I'm in the wreck, nigga. We've been recording all day. I'm trying to enjoy this Habit Burger and 2K26 right now.
Why would the chef say that?
Chef say what?
Why would chef say such a retarded fucking thing? Like, what was his logic? What was his proof?
His logic was he pulled up some points because the first day we didn't care what he was saying, and he was literally bringing points and made us look like fools, and we was like, all right, let's take this serious. But he brought up points that Europe was circumnavigating the globe, trying to undo what they did.
I'm in the game. What happened?
They weren't circumnavigating the globe, trying to undo what they did. They were going around the globe because they were transitioning things. Oh my God! Like, look, if TQ,
what's up?
You created McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And you making 23 motherfucking billion burgers a day.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, your business is going to change. You're going to open chains, and then you're going to say, I can make chicken sandwiches. I can make chicken nuggets. I can make more money off this, but I'm going to switch it up. It's the same shit. Might be a strange analogy, but all they did was go around the world. And all they did was go around the motherfucking world and colonize. Expansionism. Expanding their idea of quote unquote democracy, expanding their not even that they care, abusing and misusing the Bible, right? And people in power such as the popes, right, that misuse their power to misguide people into believing you're superior, others inferior. We gotta use religion as just, but at the end of the day, it was all about motherfucking money. Like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, they weren't liberators, for God's sakes. Black people liberate their goddamn selves. You know what I'm saying? It may have not turned out the way that they necessarily wanted it to be, but they did it. Indigenous people liberated themselves. The Chinese liberated themselves against the Japanese. You know what I'm saying? It's like every group of people liberate themselves. Like, I don't know, man. I'm convinced that self-hatred is an all-time. It's disturbing. It really is, because you guys have a great fucking culture. You really do. You have a great culture. You have a great legacy. And it's like to go out, seeing black people in this country go the fuck out. With
hermano. Q. That was my whole point. That even the British, like the leading dudes of the abolitionist movement in England, which which gained power in England, gained popularity in England, which made them about slavery in the first place. They made concrete evidence, for their case, to disprove slavery and to prove that black people and Africans can liberate themselves on their own was the Haitian Revolution. They used it as a concrete argument and influence.
Listen, none of you niggers have been to Haiti. I agree with Chef. Haiti is a shithole country. And I need to give him my
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm talking about the history.
I've been to Haiti. Don't speak for me.
Bro.
This nigga Chef.
Out of here.
That's what people said. I'm quoting him verbatim.
I've been to Haiti twice. Don't speak for me.
Don't hate no black people. You sound ignorant as hell.
This nigga Chef is a fucking fool, bro. They got me crying.
I wouldn't say it's a shithole country. I would say that you got shit-faced politicians, you know what I'm saying, that fuck up the country, but God damn it, it can't be that much of a shithole if Canada, France, United States go there to extract the natural resources. It can't be that bad of a shithole. These countries that call shitholes, that pussy ain't shithole. That pussy ain't shithole when you and soldiers go and rape women. When soldiers go around the globe fucking different women, it can't be that much of a shithole.
What the hell?
Like they
Oh
can
yeah,
see,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a shithole in the sense of the political turmoil? Yeah, but who made the shithole? Who created
Now,
the shit?
motherfuckers,
And who
yeah,
No,
motherfuckers got,
Cuban. They
motherfuckers
just got a problem.
motherfuckers got excommunicated from the world, yo. Like that's why that fucking Moorish sovereignty, all that bullshit is some bullshit. 'Cause that's exactly what the motherfucker. How the fuck you a sovereign? You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Haiti. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Excommunicated them from the world stage and shit. What you think gonna happen? What you think gonna happen? Shit crazy.
it's like if you take a place in this country, didn't Trump called certain places Baltimore and other places shitholes? Are they shitholes? Are they really shitholes? You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the best people and some of the greatest things come out of the places that's called
Come out to get the best places, yo.
I would say this.
Like Cuba, bro. Like little shit, Cuba going through with the food crisis and all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And them motherfuckers got some of the strongest, beautiful people with the beautiful attitude in the fucking world, yo.
There could be a better choice in verbiage that we use and did just saying shithole. We can understand that a place may be going through financial struggles. A place may have terrorists set on it. They may not be in agreement with the other world countries, but we just don't want to say it's a shithole. There's a better.
Man, DQ, you know they think everything non-American is shitholes. That's how these niggas talk.
Hey, now listen, I'm just saying, a nigga from Baltimore can't be running around calling places shithole. That's all I'm gonna say, yo. That's a bit of a goddamn. Now I'm gonna just put it out there. Baltimore wild in a motherfucker, yo. You just can't be running around pulling fingers like that, yo. That's crazy as fuck.
And one thing that I don't necessarily like about that term, right, is because that term is more than likely relegated to black nations, right?
Right.
There's racial connotations to that term. That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
no matter where you use
that's like when nigga, that's like when Trump called people low IQ. He talking about niggas. He talking about niggas.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do around here, though. Brendan, where you been? These niggas love them white talking points around this month.
Well, you know, some of it is just being provocative and, you know, stimulating conversation, but
not these niggas. Not these niggas.
This nigga Tuck is funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
These niggas stand on it. That's why they quiet now, though, Brendan. You done came in and weathered the storm. You done came and dropped a triple double, Brendan. God damn it.
Oh, man, Tuck.
And DQ, listen, wait, and DQ got 40 right now. He got 40 in the third quarter. Shefton started a fight. He didn't fought niggas on his bench. That's what he did. He wanted to get kicked out the damn
nigga
game.
called DQ on the wrong day. I don't give a fuck if DQ had already said it. He said it louder today, goddamn it. He made sure you wouldn't change the subject this today, goddamn it.
My can of paint.
And where is Logic?
Yeah, I just got out of here a while back. Well, he's in here, but he's on mute. He hasn't come off mute. So
hey, Brendan, I gotta admit that I even had the first day this conversation happened. I was
I'm
a little
here.
bit.
I mean, I'm sitting up here chilling. I just didn't feel the need to interrupt.
So you ran when your homie got jumped, huh? Well, Brendan caught ones with him.
What you mean ran? I was right here the whole time, though. I know you just having fun.
Help him fight. Now Chef gonna be fighting you when y'all get back to the crib. That's what
I know
happened.
I know you're
That's
trying to
what
have
happened.
fun, but in the midst
Chef
of you
about to
having
fall.
fun, like
Hey,
at the same time, like don't convolute my point because I still want to talk
Oh,
about what
now
I was
y'all
talking
ain't the
about, and it
coalition.
ain't
Now
and it
y'all
ain't
ain't
the
the
same. You know
coalition.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
I heard you out, gang. Can I talk?
No.
Not even
You should have been
I'm
close.
talking.
going back
You
on
should have been.
mute.
You should have been
I
talking.
am
You should have
too.
been talking when Chef ran up out of
You
here.
always come with a
Logic.
unique angle to
You know,
what he's
this
talking about. So I do want to hear
building,
Logic.
Mike. You know you can talk.
Who want to hear logic?
This
I
Logic
do.
Yeah,
building, nigga. This Logic
everybody
building.
else but
You
you,
don't
but
have to
your
hear
crazy
Logic.
ass.
This Logic building. Mm-mm-mm.
Let's hear your logic.
Yeah.
Come
So
on,
what I kept trying to
anti-Africa.
say, as you heard me, like when I started, Brendan, I was like, so how do we describe this, right? Like, how do we describe our social movement from tyranny, right, to what we describe America, people coming to enjoy all the social liberties, considered the land of opportunity, all this kind of stuff, right?
yeah.
Like, so,
United
like,
States
of
of
course, I can
United States of
understand
America.
that you have like you got a relationship with oppression in America that'll make it difficult for you to give like the other ethnic group credit. But how would we describe that as more of what I'm trying to talk about?
In terms of just being, I guess for us, right, for Black people in America, we've been uniquely excluded out of some of the liberties and some of the things that you kind of described in for
Of course
the
we are.
American dream. I think that's how you describe it, right? You describe us as a unique ethnic group that's been sort of relegated to a permanent underclass in America, right? Like for instance, this was on one of the previous streams that you guys had, and one of the gentlemen on there, he was saying, okay, well, he doesn't necessarily look at white supremacy or and oppression in the way that we describe it. He looks at it as classism, right? But what I say is that you can't divorce race from class in America, right? Because race is tied to class in a lot of different ways, here in America. Right? Because
sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas certified boogeyman. I'm the one that sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up to score with.
Oh, okay. I thought my thing was going off there. Okay, I'm popping out and showing them. But again, right? I think it's disingenuous for someone to say, okay, I'm gonna divorce race from class here because, again, right? Our nation hasn't done that. Right?
I'm not doing that.
A part of this, like for instance, we talked about the whole idea of chattel slavery. This kind of goes back to how egregious chattel slavery is because it was tied to a racial component. And that's
Brendan, real quick, Brendan. Whose talking point is that? I don't see I don't see color and shit. Who talk like that, Brendan?
Not sure.
White folk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's where they hearing it from.
Yeah, it's not about race; it's about class, right? Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
I'm actually not divorcing the two, though, Brendan. I'm actually not. I'm acknowledging that is there.
Yeah. And but again, I think that kind of I'm trying to pull the thread in terms of what you're kind of describing. You say, okay, well, how do we describe?
Right, and then Tucker, get the hell out the goddamn way and let me just say it instead of trying to spin it some kind of crazy ass way, which I'm asking a nigga not to do. I know your head ain't that goddamn big, bro. I'm asking you to chill. Like, so I want to actually have a conversation, Tuck. That's what I want to do. I gotta get you want to do that.
Had it for a week.
But you fucking that part up, right? Now I'm trying to actually. But Brendan ain't been in here.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Brendan.
Chill out. Yeah, just chill out.
Like, can I do it with Brendan, bro?
Yeah, you can do the same shit you be doing, but
I appreciate it. Can just let me have a conversation.
Go ahead.
What I'm more so trying to say is like if I'm is that describing my experience with it, right? Of course, my experience. You're absolutely correct. My experience as being a minority group, but in comparison to the world, like not even the world, right? But in world history. Coming out of like the crazy ass, everybody's under oppression, dark ages, right? To America being kind of even even with its flaws, being seen as some kind of land of opportunity. I'm saying that it was so fucked up that the last couple hundred years, right, like being able to describe America as a land of opportunity, even though it is as fucked up as it is. So like not divorcing my relationship with America, but more so emphasizing like where we've come from the tyrannical rule of, you know what I'm saying, European monarchs, and before that, you know what I'm saying, like how stressful that would have just had to been on just average citizens with absolutely nothing.
You know what you're kind of describing, Logic?
You wouldn't have been no average citizen of damn Europe country.
It's kind of described, what you're kind of describing reminds me of what W.E.B. Du Bois, what he describes as the dual consciousness of the Negro. All right. So when Du Bois talks about the dual consciousness of the Negro, he says, okay, well, how do you reconcile within the Negro consciousness the whole idea of being a patriotic sort of American, you know, being here and being proud of that, at the same time being subjugated to all of the oppression, slavery, Jim Crow, and all of the different pieces there.
Not proud of it. Not proud of it. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you, but not proud of it. Like I'm trying to say, I'm actually trying to say that it's actually not that it's unfair to white people to view what we're talking about in a particular way. Like we're actually not going to be able to examine what is happening when you just put all these like environments together, right? When you talk about like how oppression is just built into any system,
because I know
like how do you examine it that way? Or does it not? Or does egalitarian come back and then oppression just completely goes away? Like to me, that's like, am I actually not talking about systems anymore and talking about people? Because what, you know, I don't know. I think that there's something clear to me. Maybe it don't seem clear, but and if it ain't clear, like I ain't gonna like continue to explain that shit. But to me, it makes perfect sense that you can't, that you're not actually like looking at it like for what it is, and more so you're still trying to just say white people are bad. I mean, we already kind of understand that.
Because I know it ain't
unless you ain't giving me other systems that don't got inequality in it. I don't. Maybe I was something I'm missing there, Brendan.
And correct me if I'm wrong. In terms of what you're kind of describing, what you're saying is that, you know, oppression isn't something that's unique to the Black experience in the United States, right? What you're saying is that what we're experiencing may be a part of I guess a broader subset of the human experience. Is that kind of what you're describing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yeah, and trying to figure out where does it fit in, right? Like to not overemphasize the abnormalities, but as far as just looking at in the context of, have we come from out the bush actually, right? Or do the building or is that just the new bush? You get what I'm saying?
Can I say something, Logic?
I'm trying to talk to Brandon, bro.
Man, please, can I say something, Logic?
You already pressing motherfucking buttons and shit.
How you know that was me, Logic? When do the people that get subjugated ever get to explain and kowtow for the motherfucker that oppressed them? That's crazy.
I'm not kowtowing for shit. He actually understands what I'm saying. Just move out the way. Of course he knows that
Brendan's a nice guy.
Man, look.
Yeah, cuss me out. Come on, Logic. Let's get back real, because I don't like you. I don't like this Logic. This Logic seems like you playing with me. You know how you be sounding when other motherfuckers is on here. Why you soft shoeing Brendan? Tell him all that shit.
Asking you to stop, bro. I don't want to talk about nothing else. I'm trying to actually just chill.
I'm talking about what you talking about.
We can do this tomorrow when Brendan ain't in here.
That's exactly what you talking about. You didn't hear what he said with Du Bois?
Right, but he mentioned the consciousness, and I ain't having no consciousness issue. So I knocked that out the park already. You struggling with that?
It
You
kind of
going
sounds
there
like you. Why would Brendan say that then? You think?
because he coming in on the back end of the conversation.
Okay, well, okay. There you go. There, I want you a little fight in you, Logic.
Now, can you move out the way?
Okay, I'm out the way. Logic. I'm out the way.
And that's why I always kind of like to try to describe what a person is articulating to me to make sure that I'm understanding them correctly as well. So maybe I hit the mark a bit closer when I said that it sounds like, you know, Logic is saying, okay, well, he would like to look at it through the lens of oppression being somewhat of a more of a human experience, and then basically that being that it's a human experience and it's something that's not unique to the African American experience. How do we look at it through a broader lens and address it that way, as opposed to personalizing it based on our particular group, right? I think you're trying to look at it from sort of a broader horizon. You're trying to look at it from I guess you would say, a higher vantage point, so to speak.
Right. I feel like that allows us to actually at least examine what it is, right? Instead of, because I feel like when we focus on the group, we kind of miss the aspect of not necessarily how it happens to them too, but how it's happening to like just everybody across the world in different particular ways. Like not necessarily all racism, but just how these systems are like have the built-in inherent I guess inequalities, I guess would be the word.
Right. When you depersonalize it, it gives you a greater level of objectivity to address the real problem. I think that's kind of, which I agree with. I agree to an extent. It should be, should be looked at very objectively in that.
Yeah, when you talk about that deep in it, Logic, you going all the way back to your primate behavior. Yeah? Like humans are
That's
primates.
what I've been telling niggas, bro. They've been looking at me like I'm
It's based
tripping.
on tribalism. It's a subset of tribalism, and you know what I'm saying. The same thing our fucking closer relatives do. Being a primate, just doing monkey shit.
Okay, so this is my fear, Brendan, right? Since I know I can't like get rid of that, like that would have to be a part of the real argument. Like, would my real contention be that like once I've acknowledged that everybody does it, and the inherent thing is that we all do it, like would I really just be more so I guess discouraged by Europeans doing it better?
I think one of the biggest pieces is like, okay, well, once you got the problem identified, you have a way to either counteract it. So based on what you're kind of describing here, and I'm following the thread, what you're saying, if this is something that's sort of, now I wouldn't say use the word inherent. If this is something that is that happens, right? This is behavior that happens in humans, right? In terms of inequality, subjugation.
Right. Once you strip away the uniqueness, right?
Exactly.
And
then seeing this sort of as a natural part of the human experience, how do you counteract that?
Right. Is there anywhere in there that you'd find like a faulty premise? Like let me start there. Let's start there.
Would you say a faulty premise for what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, where in there would you find a faulty premise? Let's start there.
In saying that this is just something that's unique in the human experience.
That's something that's not unique in the human experience. Okay. Like oppression just being built in, especially when they putting systems together. Remember we talked about the stratification that time? That was one of the first great conversations that we had.
Yeah, the stratification.
Right? We talked about how humans stratificated societies.
Right, as a natural byproduct of society in civilization, that you have stratification. Right.
Yes. And these byproducts have other byproducts, right, of some kind.
So, yeah, exactly. So maybe that's one of the, I guess you would say, what you would call it, what they call it, ill side effect of the stratification piece, right? Because stratification is basically just hierarchy, right? So within stratification and hierarchy, the ill side effects is things like oppression and subjugation, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a part of it that I try to kick around, right? That I'm not necessarily trying to introduce in it, but if I feel like I look at it that way, then I just have to put racism under an umbrella, right? It's under oppression. It's under like social control mechanisms, kind of like how Brass was saying. But to go deeper into that, like it's not the only one. You know, it's religion was used in a similar way. I can't think of a better direct comparison. But
You have three components, but you have devices to those components. So when you're talking oppression, class, race, and sex is used, but the devices that can be used to enhance those components of the method of oppression. So since you guys are talking about this country, so slavery occurs because of classism, but race is used to justify the class. Sex is used to justify class, right? Women get paid less than men. How women are treated. Why? Machismo, macho. I'm the man. You're the woman. We're above you. That's a class thing. And now it becomes a thing of sex because I got a dick and balls. I'm better than you. I'm above you. When you're talking the prison industrial complex system, that's a device. Media, a device. The healthcare system, a device. The educational system, a device. And in those devices, they use class, race, and sex. Religion, a device. All these different opiates. Everything could be used as an opiate. People use politics. People become pacified under politics. It don't matter what the political position is. They become drunk with things. That's a part of oppression. It's not new. It's been going on. It's not going nowhere. It just shapes. It takes different shapes, forms, and fashions. Develops. But at the end of the day, it's always about fucking money. It's always about money. They didn't fucking go and leave Europe to come to the so-called Americas and to exterminate and take up people's land. They didn't do it because they said, oh, look at them. They're fucking short in stature. They got broad shoulders. Look at their fucking noses, their hair. Look at them. They're fucking, what are they, red? What are they? What are they? What are they? They didn't do it because of that. They did it because of the fucking land. They did it because of that. It wasn't about race, but now we got to justify why we did what we did. Because you're less than me. Because of what you look like. Scientific racism, y'all talk about, it was a device used. It's always something. So just like religion can be used, so can science. Just like religion and science can be used, so can politics.
I agree.
So can media.
Science can be used like that. Scientific racism. That we talked about that this morning. That was a way that they tried to use it.
Logic. I think I may have something. Let me float this idea to you in terms of a mechanism to counteract what you're describing here, right? Because I think we got something. So we talked about the stratification piece, and then human populations basically organizing in civilizations and building hierarchies as a natural byproduct of that, right? And then subjugation and injustice and that sort of naturally flowing out of that, right? I say one of the biggest ways to counteract that is through organization, right? Because that's the way that it's enforced, right? It's enforced through methods of organization. So when you're talking about building civilizations and you're coming together socially and you're making these decisions about who's the out group, who's the in group, right? This is done through systems of organization, right? Even examples in the United States, right? As African Americans being oppressed, right? One of the biggest ways that they oppressed or kept Black people in, I guess you would say, in a state of oppression is through forcing or restricting Black people's ability to organize, right? Get like the examples of, back in the days where when you had so many Black people couldn't congregate in one place, right? Being sort of restricted from the voting, so you had no political organization there, right? You couldn't form or participate in things like labor unions, right? So that kept you out of the trades, right? The lack of the ability to effectively organize. I think that was a major detriment, right? And I think for me, just thinking about this in my mind, one of the biggest ways to counteract that is through organization, effective organization within whatever community that we're talking about, right? Because again, right, when it's they say that oppression or racism is a group sport, right? So with that being a group sport, you can only counteract that through group activity, group level activity, organization. So I think Black people as a whole, our ineffective or the way that we organize has been somewhat ineffective to this point, is one of the reasons why I think that we're sort of in the situation that we're in today.
Go.
And a lot of people, I think they confuse unity for organization. People always say, well, Black people, we have to be unified. We have to unite. Oh, I don't think necessarily you need unity. You need organization. I think that's a better word for it when people say that, okay, well, you need, no, unity you can have unity of purpose, unity of this, you have to contextualize unity, but organization, I think that's a better term for it to me.
Right. Absolutely. Right. To be able to have our own weight to throw around at times.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's basically what you'd be saying. Yeah. And for me, I find another word that I use with that is leverage, right? We absolutely would need to find leverage within this society, however we go about doing that. It would lead to some form of being able to have enough leverage to get what it is that we want, right? So I agree. I don't disagree. I absolutely agree. Yeah. So, and you know what's crazy? This conversation came off of that conversation that we had that day, and we ended up talking about that book, The Dawn of Everything. And I've been suggesting here for our reading thing that be one of the things that we incorporate, because that's the book that makes me have to wrestle with, dang, am I not zooming out far enough, right? Am I not going back far enough when I make these claims about how unique this particular thing is it not allowing me to see like this bigger picture about how people been doing that to each other, right? Like they've been finding a way, like the whole, you know what I'm saying? Ever since the fact that like the moment they put money into society, like they've been finding a way to take it from you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of crazy like that.
And what book was that?
The Dawn of Everything.
Oh yeah, The Dawn of Everything. Yeah.
Yep.
That's good points, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely a good conversation.
We just kind of flesh it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you can really get.
Yeah, and it's I guess sometimes it could be it's complicated and trying to explain it. Just off the dome could be tough. But yeah, but you figured out what I was trying to say. Hopefully, I didn't say it too crazy.
No, it's perfect. I think you're spot on there. And again, right, I think that's just, one, when you talk about counteracting these things, what I floated, I think that may just be one aspect of it. Of course, there's probably a lot of different answers to it as well, as you kind of peel back the onion, so to speak. So yeah. Ooh. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I think
just
I
want
don't
to
know if everybody did that, but go ahead. My bad.
now I just want to rewind a little bit back to the Haiti thing. So like me, I'm not Haitian, but
For real?
that country, yeah, bro.
Damn.
But that country, they have a relation with my people, and they've had a relation for a long time. You understand that the national hero of Cuba is Hatue. Hatue was a Taino that came from Haiti, and when he saw what was taking place when the conquistadors came, Hatue and some of the other Tainos, they went to Cuba. Cuba and Haiti are close to each other. It's on the eastern side of Cuba. And to this day, there's that section in Cuba, you can see the admixture of Haitian culture within the Cuban culture. And you have a lot of people that have, roots and lineage to Haiti. That's Cuba. And vice versa. So there's a connection. So for me, I take it personal because it's like, okay, so if that place is a shithole, then Cuba's a shithole. And if Cuba's a shithole, then this place over here is a shithole. So we just shit. And that's dangerous talk. It's like when the other day, Brad, the topic of super predators arise, right? This is under the Clintons. Very dangerous term. And they were talking about specifically Black Americans. This is what they were talking about. But that super predator then transitioned to brown people. But the focal point was Black people. Very dangerous term. And you got people who believe this. On both ends, I see it in the Black community, I see it in the Latino community, where they will feel superior to their own people and think they're less than them. It's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous
So
thing.
y'all trying to get on Chef because he said the shithole comment? Is that where y'all going?
No, I was rewinding back to it, but I did want to say that Brandon made a good point. Organized and unified, and I think that becomes utopic when people think there's going to be this absolute unity. It's not. It's romanticism. But the people can organize and hopefully do that organizing, and there has to be things with that, such as consistency and dedication.
You mean to tell me after all these conversations there ain't no we? Y'all been yelling at me this whole time saying, Brass, you can't just worry about your own house and what you got going on. You got to worry about somebody in Nebraska somewhere because they Black. I respect them, but I can't make my plans off people I don't know. I respect them.
But I was just saying that hopefully that organizing could establish a greater, and I just think that was a good point.
Okay, so let's flesh that out. Organizing how? I'm game. Organizing how?
Let's just say politically, right? Let's say, because that's
I don't need nothing else, Brendan. Okay. Yeah, okay. I said that earlier. We need to look at what these other groups have and as in their political action committees and see how much money they putting behind it, and then borrow some of these strategies and get into the internet. And then we could play the same game everybody else is playing. But as long as we 90% voting for Democrats, every time a Democrat say, come vote for me, or come to your church and say, come vote for me, or pass out pound cake at the local high school and say, come vote for me. If we always gonna vote 90% Democrat, then I don't know what kind of plan we gonna have.
Totally agree, right? Playing party politics is not the kind of organization that Black people need, right? In 2025, I think it has to be done at a lot more sophisticated level, right?
Yeah.
And focused on the needs that we have.
Yeah. All the Democrat got to do is go to a church once every 4 years and once every 2 years, and that vote is secured. I've seen it happen way too many times. I've seen Black people get blamed for Kamala Harris not winning the presidency. But if you go back and look at them numbers like I looked at them, it was 90% of the women and 83% of the men. And if all 100% of us voted, it still wouldn't have mattered for her. Like we got to get more of a focus on these local politics so we can address some of these local neighborhoods, get some black sheriffs from the community, get some black mayors from the community, get some black corrections officers in these prisons, some black firemen, get it in these communities that care about the communities. And you'll see these communities raised. We've done these things before. But as long as we sitting here on, focused on stuff that don't really affect us, oh, I can't believe Charlie Kirk. Oh Lord. As long as you're doing that, we're always gonna be in some form of trouble. I'm all for unity, but it's gotta make some form of sense, some kind of organization other than, we all need to go move to one place. That makes no absolute sense in an integrated society. We all need to do one thing. That doesn't make sense in capitalism. So if we're going to be here in America, we got to have a plan that is African American. We can't be trying to play, we're playing global games with America. Like we're here, so let's figure it out. We built it. Let's figure it out. Sorry, I'm just ranting. I didn't get a chance to talk.
Dude, you're spot on, right? You're talking about organizing and making it around an issue-based effort, right? An issue-based things that are impactful to our communities, right? And then that way, when you move in that direction, it doesn't matter what particular party you're voting for. If you make your issue top of mind, then both parties will be for it.
Exactly.
Sort of like how the Green Party did, right? It's like they don't necessarily care about electing a president of the Green Party. What they're interested in is making sure that their issues are front and center, and that both parties actually are addressing those issues, right? And then they use their organizational arm as leverage to do so.
Yeah.
So
Plus, political action committees are important, but we can solve. You know how you solve? You can at least attempt to solve a lot of the police shootings and stuff. We can get a lot more, the police has never stopped hiring. We could start our own little, start shuttling people into the police force, start them young. The ones that don't want to go to college or have no chance of going to college, change that stigma of, oh, that's the police and this, that, and the other. No, that's a good job, a pension. And then if you live in that community, you know things about that community. You don't have to police it the same way. You get there's just so many things that we can do, and it doesn't have to be necessarily an all black thing, but it can most certainly serve our issues. Start focusing more on black institutions, black banks, black real estate firms, black accounting firms, black hedge funds. You can do these things. Like I understand all of the socioeconomic issues, but with the amount of money that our little 13% on this particular country spend, we got money. We may not have access to the loans like everybody else and grants like everybody else, but we do get access. But I'm just talking about capital. I see the capital that we spend, our consumer dollar. We have the ability to do it. We just gotta funnel it in the correct way. I stand on financial literacy as our new civil rights. I refuse to just assume that it's just, we just don't know what to do. No, we know what to do. We're not focused on the issue. We focus on ourselves. And as soon as we get too far focused on ourselves, we start watching Instagram. And the world and the news and the world look like it's about to end, and it ain't actually about to end. We worried about Charlie Kirk. There was kids that died in Minnesota that day. There was kids that died in Utah that day. So it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely have to be focused, right, to do any type of form of effective organization, right? I think that's a part of it, right? There's like that lack of focus politically for us. I think, for example, a lot of times the party line is what tells us what's important for us, right? They determine what issues are top of mind for the African American community, and I think that we have to take a shift away from that, right? We have to define what are our issues, right? We have to define what those are and sort of push them from the grassroots up, as opposed to the party line of saying, hey, this particular group is important to us, African Americans, jump on, right? No, that shouldn't be the way it goes. We define what our issues are, right?
Yeah, because our issues change.
Yeah.
They're not the same. It's not always the same thing. And then sometimes, Brendan, like sometimes we got to get some focus groups out into the West End and see what the issues are. My issues here in New Jersey ain't the same issues as somebody in Indiana or somebody in Baltimore, this, that, and the other. So you start these local. That's why I always like to start local.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, from what I understand and from my history of doing civics, the local politics, it feels better. It hits closer to home. You see the changes. You know what I mean? You see the changes in your neighborhood. You see the roads getting better. You see the schools getting better. You see the park getting cleaned up. You see less, vagabonds hanging around. And then the home values go up. There's a lot of unintended consequences and benefits and rewards that you don't even see. The home values go up. It's a lot safer. You're not even paying attention that there are city rates similar to like 2K or Madden or anything else. They rate these cities on scales of investment. And when these people with the big dollars, they go and look and they say, well, hey, what's up with that city right there? Let's put a data center there. Let's put a stadium there. Let's put a baseball. You see the benefits. So while the whole world seems federally, look at what Trump said. You can't even pay attention because you got this beautiful park. And you're watching things build up in your area. Now you're talking about moving. And, it's local politics has always made the most sense for me. Yes, you vote every 4 years, but I can go talk. I live near my mayor, fire chief, and sheriff. I can go talk to them. If I'm really that upset, I can talk to them. Go to their house and talk to them. They've been to my house. I can talk to them. I can't talk to Donald Trump. I can't talk to Pelosi. I can't talk to none of those people. But I could talk to these people in my neighborhood. Like, look, we having an issue after school. We got to get more. We got to get some police people in the neighborhood. We got to get some policemen. Preferably some Latina policemen, because we getting an influx of Hispanics in our community, and you can see it like right the next day, boom, stuff tightening up. We got to get the sanitation. We got to change these sanitation times. Right now, that's what we're working on. Our whole city gets their trash taken one day a week, but we added about 1 million people. We got to up that. In 2 weeks, it's going up to 2 days. Some places 3 days. Like, it's just little, what they call that? Something of life. Little quality of life adjustments that is good when you can say, I told them to fix that street and they fixed the street. I told them to close. We just ran a dispensary out of here. And it's easy. It's easy to do. It's good stuff. Now we used to have a little bit of crime. Now all of it is just white collar crime, and we got them out of here. So it's easy to do. It's exciting. Y'all should leave Haiti alone. But I'm glad whatever y'all did to Chef, man, I really appreciate it. He definitely needed readjustment from the Adjustment Bureau. So Brendan, I will definitely be sending you messages and links. Because apparently I needed a mix of you, Gullah, I needed a little bit of DQ just to get him in order. Because if y'all been watching these shows, he's been out of order.
Show titles, dude. Chef been running them up, man. He's been running them up.
He's insane, bro.
Not only that, but Brendan and Majoshi, that's gonna make some fire content.
Oh yeah, because it's two pieces of balance.
Yes, absolutely.
There's two pieces of balance. Balance always gets out. That's why when Majoshi started yelling earlier, I was like, stop, bro. Nah.
Right,
Nope.
yeah, you're the common.
No.
You're the sense in here usually.
Yeah.
So.
If Brendan come in here talking about, man, what the fuck is going on? I know we've gone too far, bro. I gotta scrap it and start over, bro. Because this is it's just too much.
Yeah.
And listen, these are all good conversations, but at some point, you know, when both sides stop accepting each other's sources and data, and we just talking, then it don't even be a good conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate y'all, but I'm all done. I'm done for the day. Y'all
It's been a good one.
Today was fire, bro.
Yeah, with that Mujahid. Hey, Brendan. Yeah, that we gotta send. Hey, when you get a chance, Brendan, check out the on the lives. Check out Mujahid's classes he's been doing on Tuesdays. I record them and I put them out. I put out the live. I did the one today live. It was on social Darwinism. And then last week we had a class on Akbar and the alien, the 4 theories he got, the alien self and all of those. It was good. It was good classes. I mean, they're short too, like an hour watch.
Those on the channel?
Yeah, they're on the channel. Just go back. We did one this morning and one last Tuesday.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'll hit y'all up later.
It's fire, Pit. It's fire. Yeah, peace.
All right, peace.
Hey, good to talk to you again, Brendan.
And likewise, Smalls, you take it easy, bro.